Hello, everyone. This is Rick Latona, and this is the open house presentation of Gana Dinero con Encuestas.com. And I am joined by Dan Goldsmith, the seller. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Rick. Thank you for having me.
Before we get started, for those of you watching, if you want to ask a question, please use the chat software in the GoToMeeting, and I'll see the question and I'll ask it at the appropriate time if I know that there's going to be a spot in the presentation about the subject, or I'll wait to the end if it's a miscellaneous question that wasn't going to be covered. With that, the deal we're talking about here is nearly $1 million a year business, $800,000 in profit. Asking $2.4 million. We'll get into all that in a bit. Dan, the best way to really kick this meeting off, I think, would be to tell everybody what exactly this is, why you started it, when you started it, what it does, what's the benefit to the consumer. Just lay it on us.
Sure, Rick. Well, basically, my story is I used to work as a sales director for the largest Latin American ad network a few years ago, and I was I was in charge of the performance-based sales. So I saw a huge opportunity because basically the traffic that I was selling with my team was so cheap, so inexpensive, and there was so much inventory, like remnant and unsold inventory, that I saw that the opportunity basically was becoming the advertiser. So after a few years, I left that job and I started a company where we basically did that. We took advantage of this opportunity of becoming the advertiser and monetizing all this huge inventory of remnant cheap traffic. And this specific site was and actually is our most successful project doing this kind of business. And what we did is we tried to find the right fit for the right audience. So we knew that we have a huge amount of remnant traffic from several websites and ad networks, and we developed this site, which is basically it's a business opportunity. It's a site where we sell information products, memberships. We teach people how to make money from home. It's a typical ClickBank business opportunity product. And basically, what we did is we merged our experience with the information marketing with the huge experience that we have with the traffic. So basically, as we now took advantage of having all this knowledge, of buying all this remnant inexpensive traffic, we had a lot of advantages. One of them is that we got a lot of deals with the ad networks buying on credit. Like most of our deals are net 30, and also most of our deals we pay per lead. So as you can see, this is the basic point of entry. It's an opt-in page. It's a lead generation, and most of the traffic we buy is on credit, and we pay for the lead of the people putting the name and email in this form. So we have a lot of experience from the media, and then we develop the product and the strategy to monetize all this traffic, and this is how we develop this successful product, which is basically it's number one for about 2 years in the ClickBank Spanish marketplace.
So what if a buyer didn't have a lot of experience buying all this media? Is this something that can be trained really relatively easy? I mean, what level of experience would a new owner need to have in order to run this?
Well, I do recommend that they will have some experience in media buying, but honestly, we are with this sale, we are also delivering the whole ecosystem. We are delivering the the vendor accounts, the affiliate accounts, all the contracts that we have set up with more than 20 different media sources, which are mainly ad networks. So we already have the contracts in place, and we have all the both technical and administrative tools, which we have all of our reports in place. And basically it's, I will say, 80 or 90% of the job of the media buying is already, we already did it, which is the setup and all the conditions and make it work. But what will the person that will take care of this in the future will have to have some experience dealing with media, so they will understand how to continuing optimizing and growing the media from these suppliers. But of course, all the hard work is already set in place because we are delivering all these contracts that are sending us all the traffic in a daily basis.
Got it. So let's move on and talk about ClickBank. This was a screenshot that you had sent us. What exactly are we looking at here?
Well, this is basically it's a marketplace where people can see that the product is number one in its category in the Spanish marketplace in ClickBank. Basically, ClickBank, for the people that don't know what it is, it's the largest marketplace for information and digital products online, and we have been doing business with them very closely for several years, and this specific product inside has been number one in the whole Spanish marketplace for over 2 years. And sorry, and we also, one very important piece of information is we're not only the number one as a vendor, but we also are number one as an affiliate. So basically, ClickBank is a marketplace where both vendors with products and affiliates get together, and as we are doing both sides of the coin, we're basically doing the whole ecosystem from the product to the traffic. It means that for this specific site, we're number one as a vendor and number one as an affiliate, and we are both of these accounts which are making this business very successful. We're including them in the sale.
Okay, and when you cut a deal with someone to, like, that already has a really popular website in ClickBank, and you cut a deal to localize it into Spanish, does their popularity automatically carry over to yours, or is your popularity earned on your own by your own conversions?
Well, the key to the success of these products, honestly, is our own media buying, because we deliver between 80 to 90% of the transactions. So when we do when we take a very popular and successful product from ClickBank and do it in Spanish, naturally we do get some attention and traffic and revenue from already successful affiliates. But as the affiliate marketplace in the Spanish world is not as developed as in the English world, it's not such a huge business. So for us, it means between 10 to 15% of the revenue comes from affiliates. But the big side of the business is what we do on our own, which is doing the media buying and doing the whole strategy with the ad networks, and basically scaling it up to do big numbers and a lot of buying a lot of traffic to do a lot of volume and a lot of sales. So it does helps on one side to set up these already successful products in the Spanish marketplace, but the big side of the business comes from our own traffic.
Okay, so speaking of the Spanish market, we have a couple of people have asked this question, so I'm going to kind of put it in my own words. There's a billion Spanish-speaking people out there spread across, 40-something countries. What is there a more specific market that you target? Are you targeting Mexico, or are you targeting Chile or Argentina, or is it Spain, or are you targeting Hispanics in the U.S.?
Okay. We our bigger markets are Latin American countries, which are from Mexico going down to Argentina, Venezuela, Colombia, Chile, Peru, etc. We also have a fair amount of sales coming from U.S. Hispanics and Spain, but the key side of the business is the metrics, which what happens with Spain and U.S. Hispanics is that the CPMs and the cost of buying the media is we're competing with U.S. and American advertisers. So it means that the cost of the media is higher.
So
And
you're getting better media buying rates further south you go.
Exactly. In Spain and the U.S., the media is more expensive, so we cannot do very good margins. So we try to focus in Latin America, where we have more experience buying affordable traffic.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. What about what's your ClickBank gravity? For those who know what gravity is.
Yeah, right there we can see it at 55.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is right there on the screen. Someone had asked it. I guess I could have looked. It's 55.54. Okay. All right. So look, some of the next slides I'm going to run through are just just some different traffic-related stuff. Ignore the fact that it says ClickBank on the top of this slide. That was my mistake. So this was a screenshot from Alexa. Yeah, it says here that you've got a 1200 Alexa rank in Mexico, 12.8 and globally.
Yeah, and I want to mention something about this specific graphic from Alexa.
Okay.
Is the reason why I decided to show and share this is because several and most of the products that they are promoting in ClickBank are product launches, which basically means that they put a product, they get a bunch of affiliates send emails, they do a lot of revenue, and then the product disappears or dies. So this is not our strategy. Our strategy is to do a stable business where we are buying media and receiving it every day and doing revenue and profits every month. And the reason why I want to show this is because we are doing a very stable amount of traffic, which is a lot of traffic for those who knows Alexa numbers and rankings for more than 2 years. So this is why I wanted to show this.
I appreciate the further explanation, especially because of the next slide. So this shows at least 2 years of history of it having stable traffic. And on this next slide is a 1-year shot from analytics. So I'm guessing after that last slide that we saw on Alexa that you didn't even have analytics on the site until maybe November or December of last year. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. That's why I wanted to show first the other one, because the site is doing revenue from a long period of time, and this is where we didn't have metrics in analytics before as the graphic shows here.
Is that spike that we see in June? Was that just a media campaign that you tried?
Yeah. Sometimes we do different tests, and sometimes we send the traffic to pre-sale pages, and sometimes we send the traffic directly to the landing page, and that peak is because we did some specific media campaign that showed that
directly to the home page.
Correct.
So here's a slide that shows the revenue. Obviously, the logical question would be: is there anything we need to know about December?
Yeah, basically December it's a very common for us to get like people. I don't know if this is the same in all the world, but at least in Latin America, in December everybody disconnects from everything, and they don't want to know. And they are very focused in the holidays, and it's very common for most of the business to go very low in revenue. And for our business and this specific site, it's very, very notorious, as you can see in the graphic.
Yeah, well, I used to have an office in Panama, and I know trying to get anything done in December was pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's very common in
Expenses,
Latin America.
your expense line is almost identical to your revenue line. I can only assume that's because your biggest expense is media buying.
That's completely correct. It's they go in direct alignment, the media with the amount of sales that we do.
So tell us about, describe to us, if you would, a day in the life of running this thing. Walk us through one day's activities of running it.
Sure. So basically, most of the work on the media side, it does require a couple of hours a day, which means there has to be a person to put the data together and basically to be in control of the numbers. So it means that the person in charge of the media, what it has to do is to go every day, check the stats, make sure that each one of the media sources is profitable, that everything is going correctly, and in most of the time I can tell you it's just about to looking at the numbers, and some of the times, maybe a couple of times a month, it's about optimizing, which means if you see a specific source that is it's not doing good in numbers, their ROI is not what you want, then we contact them and we make some changes. We change the prices, or we cut some countries. It's a work that takes a couple of hours a day. That's the most important part of the job. On the other side, we have a team of customer service. It's about eight person that they work from home, and they take care of the whole customer service. We get several hundreds of tickets and emails and questions per day, and we have everything set up. So about the customer service, it's everything being taken care of already, and we're also including this on the.
Do you have since you brought it up, do you have a customer service manager, or does that whole team report to you?
We do have a customer service manager, which works in our office, and basically that's a person in charge of managing the team of freelancers that we hire for this job.
Got it.
And besides this, what will be important to grow the business will be to put more effort on developing
well,
new products.
You're skipping to the next slide, so I'll go ahead and move forward.
Yeah,
because that was gonna be my next question. Is what would you tell someone? What would you tell someone they should do if they wanted to grow this thing?
Well, sorry for jumping early for this, but basically it's developing more products, getting more traffic, doing more of the same. But one of the most important points that I want to outline here is that what we're doing from a couple of months until now is that we are focusing on the membership part of the business. So the business includes a front-end product, and it has back-end with upsells and cross-sells. And basically what we are doing is that one part of the business is membership, and the membership is basically a product that has a monthly charge, which is $29 a month. And right now we are putting a lot of effort into that part of the business. So we're naturally receiving between 200 to 300 new subscribers to this membership per month. So what would I will do and advise for the site growth is continuing putting a lot of effort in the membership part of the business, because it can and it will deliver passive income, and it will help make more predictable the income of the future of the site. And this is exactly what we are doing, and this is what I will advise a future buyer of this project, because it's where I believe there is a lot of opportunity. And of course also developing other products, because one more very important piece of information is that the business includes a 6 million opt-in email database of prospects and buyers. So this is a huge asset that it can be monetized by developing more products and basically cross-selling them to the database. So this database, it's a huge asset that will give a lot of upside and potential for future growth of the business.
Okay. And why are you selling it?
Well, the reason why I'm selling it is because as a business we are focusing on new projects that we have inside our company, and basically we believe that we have learned a lot from this specific business, and we want to invest more resources and more time into new ventures. So basically that's
sure. That's fine. That's fine. So, I've got a couple questions here, pressing for clarity on the employee situation. Where is your office now? Where is this customer service manager located?
Our office is in Mexico City.
Okay.
And yeah.
And like exactly who's involved in the day-to-day operations that currently works for you? I heard we've got like 8 or 9 freelancers on the customer support side. We've got the customer service manager. Do you have media buying personnel and other dedicated staff to this?
Well, basically besides what you mentioned, there's one person in charge of the media buying that takes a couple of hours a day doing what I mentioned earlier, and basically all the customer service freelancers, we're providing them with the sale. The manager doesn't have to do a lot of work anymore, because the setup, as everything is 80% of the work was the setup. So in this case, the manager is dealing with other products and other ventures that we have inside, but the staff that we have for freelancers take care of basically the whole business, because they already have all the knowledge and all the experience of how to manage the product for more than 2 years. So it runs the customer service with the team. It runs itself. The part where someone will need to take care of is on the couple of hours a day of the media buying and doing the tasks on the optimization of that media.
Got it. Well, that is the end of the presentation. I asked most of the questions during it, and we didn't have much left for the end. So that's usually a good sign that you did a really good job explaining everything. I appreciate so much you taking the time to do this for all of us. For anyone who's listening, if you have additional questions or you'd like more information, the listing broker on this property is Adam Beebe. You can reach out to him at adam@latonas.com. And of course, my door is always open. My email address is rick@latonas.com. Again, thank you everyone for attending. Thank you, Dan, for most of all.
Thank you very much, Rick.
All right, ciao.